Gotta love tournament brackets.
Nikki, Cool, Dominic, Jay. Yeah, these guys aren't really interested in making any nicknames, you know, just use your name and that's it. Would you ever rebrand from Snare to Sean?
You know, I've tried to rebrand from Snare a few times, but it just too many people know me as Snare, man. Like it's surprisingly, I think I messed up by picking a pretty decent name the first time out. So changing it has always been very, very difficult.
It's the humiliation.
What about you? You ever gonna change from Lizard to Admir in game? Admiral Admir?
I thought about it so many times, but look, I was 12 when I made the nickname. I'll keep it. It's an homage, you know.
Hey, to an easier time. Well, game is going now. Nemiga very easily snag a bounty rune in the river here. Looks like we're doing standard 2-2. Nothing atypical happening here. And you said this bottom lane is where you're expecting the bloodbath, the Tide and the Skywrath Mage. It is Gyrocopter ET, so I guess do you try to dodge the ET and go straight for the Gyro instead?
It all depends, like you can go for the ET too if he's in your face, which he probably will be with Astral Spirit. It should be a very interesting lane down bottom. Mid lane is maybe a Lina favorited one. She did get hit by double whirling death. You do it so that your tangos heal more, next level thinking.
Mallory knows what's up.
Yeah, but just looking at Lina, this god level Lina on mid lane, god tier that is, like he should have a better time than most heroes have against Timber.
Don't anticipate anything strange happening mid for Malrine or for Nikki Cool. Should just be farm trade with Malrine getting the bulk of it. Should be fine. What do we expect from this top side of the map? Chen Slock don't necessarily strike me as the strongest lane duo in the world. Going into Doom Clinks, which also doesn't strike me as the absolute strongest either.
Yeah, because of that I expect more bloodbath down on bot, but anything can happen if you're out of position a bit, if you overcommit. Top lane can be very active too, especially if they find the right creep on Chen. And I believe he'll find a Harpy, so that's gonna be annoying already.
Gosh. Get me out of this game. When the enemy Chen...
Clinks might die. Yeah, Clinks...
He is dead.
Yeah, he's just dead.
He's gone. Bye-bye. So Neko found a Harpy, got a Clinks that wasn't on full HP and just ran him down. All of a sudden you're doomed, you're gonna get zoned back a little bit. This kind of sucks.
Yeah, he gets the Devour, he takes the creep, but I love Chan's voice lines, by the way. You're a beautiful person with a charming personality.
You know, it's a pity to kill you. I like you so much.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill you, but you're beautiful, you know, you're very nice. It's a shame.
I want the last words I hear to be something nice. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I don't mind dying that much, only milk.
I guess I lived a good life.
Down bottom, 1J and Dominic are not enjoying their lives currently because they have to deal with the violent Gyrocopter. By the by, like even before, this must be the happiest man in the world for Gyro to be back online. For the longest time, if I'd be watching Eastern Europe and thinking about a good Gyrocopter player, it's either Violent or V-Tune, one of these two guys. So V-Tune obviously went over to North America. What about?
What about Fost?
Nah, that's old school, man. That's from the prior era.
Xbox.
Yeah. Her Fost is different. That was another tier, you know?
Yeah, it is. Mid lane, this Lina is being kind of messed with by Timber, but damn, Slark, will you live? Run, my friend.
You need to get away from this Doom, otherwise you're gonna get zapped again. The zap is online. He does get a salve eaten up, but he's getting completely zoned from the lane. How's he gonna come back here?
I'm not sure.
One hand to cancel some salves. He might even kill off Soneko, who doesn't die just yet. But Katie, is this a jump you want to make as Slark? He's looking towards Hellscream. Already lost so much HP, and now the gains that Slark got from the Tango and the Salve immediately taken away by these lane duo.
he comes close, he gets zapped again. This is a very sad lane to be in. And you know what? Like, Chen did get that first kill, he got the first blood, but I'm not sure he wanted to give that Harpy to the Doom. Like, this is terrible. He's got a Mango, he's gonna get energy booster after this wave. Yeah, he's gonna continue constantly spamming you, and the ice armor, that won't be that helpful.
Yeah. Gave away the critical creep, and Vazia taking full advantage of the situation. I mean, this is two different heroes that they picked into the lane to make sure that the Chen does not have a game. And so far, it's working out for them. Down bottom, Dominic yet again taking some flak hits. Not enjoying this from Violent, but what can you do? They actually might even be able to turn around onto one.
Oh, nice shot.
Violent does not have access to the rocket barrage, so they won't be able to run down Dominic. Dominic, though, might still die to these flak hits. He at least kills off Roger before taking a tumble. Violent eventually...
My god, that's...
barrage, but the creeps eat up all the damage. Now he's the one getting ran back. He's not going to get completely brought down because Dominic does not have the gush, but still, it's a very sad situation to be in.
The most unfortunate gyrocopter of all the world. Like, top lane, is there another zap? Not even needed, he dies. Yeah, just very unfortunate for the gyro. He does survive in the end at least, but not being able to kill the Sky or the Tide. I think one of the reasons why that's like that wasn't possible is just so many creeps around him. Rocket Barrage just got completely eaten up, and it's not even that strong on level 1, but yeah. Plus they hugged the Tide Hunter, they hugged him way too soon. So the anchor smash connected on both of them.
The only time in the world where you don't want to be giving away hugs. Stay away from your opponents. On the bright side, they did kill off the Slock in the top lane, so Vazia continuing to gain benefit from having this Harpy. And they're trying to jump Vazia himself right now. This Doom has lost half of his HP, and Nicky Cool is also making his way over on the Timbersaw. He has the Chakram available. Vazia is certainly gonna die. Hellscream about to follow him into the grave. A nice recovery from StoRm, using this haste rune on the Timber to make the top lane a little bit easier.
He needed to recover a bit. Look at the last hits, by the way. Compare the Lina to the Timber. If you're a Timber, yeah, this is probably not what you expected. Usually, if a Timber is mid lane, he's expecting to be just owning, you know, in your face, killing everything. But yeah, not the case in this match.
Not happening. Sorry. Did get him a lot of net worth, though. Brings him much closer to the Lina's point in the net worth charts. Down bottom, Roger and 1J gonna be fighting over this Wisdom Rune, a fight where Roger will win thanks to the Echo Stomp. And that's a big deal. Like, they're not getting that much experience on 1J at the moment, so this Gareth mate's gonna stay at level 3 for quite some time with no Wisdom Rune to pick up.
Yeah, my only question was, why did the Roger TP where he TP'd? He TP'd on the tier 2 mid. Just wondering why. Like, he moved back mid afterwards and now he's moving top. Just, yeah, a peculiar TP. Bot lane, gyro. Bot lane.
Wow, they actually find the kill.
And they got that gyro.
What's here? 1J makes the kill happen. And this happens whilst the Slock is alone, but both supports were missing. They're not going to be able to kill off the Slock. Maybe they will, though. Roger's gone all the way wrapping around, looking for the Slock.
They're tipping the Timber, though.
The Timbersaw is coming over. He's already arrived, and now they're looking for some revenge. K-Team almost dies anyway on the Slock. Barely survives by porting into the trees. And Nicky Cool kills off Roger.
This might be your...
Nicely done.
Yeah, let's see. Lina actually will not go for the mid lane tower. I expected her to perhaps be damaging it. Not very often do you see the tower where Timber is being brought down this early on, but it's already on 50%, lower than 50% HP.
Maureen doing a phenomenal job from middle. So what build are we expecting from this Lina this game? She's already queued up the BOTs. Afterwards, do we just go straight BKB? Is this a Kaya Sanj game? What's happening?
I'm not sure. I've seen a lot of different builds right now on Lina. I've seen a lot of Aghanims pickups as well. probably not gonna get it. Yeah, probably not gonna get it this early on, but yeah, because the hero isn't necessarily as the same like before. If you remember, Lina was all about the right clicks. It's not like 100% the case any longer. I've seen a lot of players just go in for the magic burst. Like some blink mobility. I've seen a lot of mid lane Linas get travels and blink. Just make sure that you're in position.
But didn't Somnus build Yule Scepter that one game that we saw him?
I think he went blink as well, but he might have gotten Yules after, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely remember him having Yules. I think he did go blink Yules.
Yeah.
Blink Yules BKB, if I remember correctly.
So, like, super old school Lina, you know, like these Linas that were from the time when SFs would buy Yules on mid lane.
Oh, the good old days.
The good old Lesh, Lina, SF, everyone just buys Yules.
Well, it wasn't good old days if you were a support, right? To get Yules, insta-kill no matter what.
Actually, it was Aetherlands that I've seen quite often as well. So, it is being built once again.
Here towards this mid lane, Seneko put in some harass onto Hellscream. Just, you know, clicking the dust button, making sure that the hotkey works. And they might decide to smoke up, actually, and that's indeed what they do.
So far, every time they rotated, they got some kills on top lane, so why not do it again, right?
Slock has level 6 this time around, so he does have Shadow Dance to help him out. Let's see how they choose to initiate this. They want Vazia, but reinforcements are now streaming in. They get the silence out, but they haven't found the real catch just yet. And now here comes Malrine. Look for the LSA, but it gets dodged by the Timber Chain.
It was so close, though.
That's what you get for coming to a fight with a Tumbler's toy. You miss everything.
Yeah, it was really close, though. That LSA almost connects. But they do save the Doom. So overall, they should be happy with how it all went. Meanwhile, while that's happening, Tidehunter obviously being super annoying with the Meteor Hammer. You know, like your classic Tidehunter game. Buy Meteor Hammer, sit in front of a tower until someone kills you, then buy a Blink after and actually be the Tidehunter from the past. Actually be a normal Dota being that fights and has team fights. Uses spells.
I like that he's building the Pipe of Insight in this game. I imagine that after the Solar Crest, Chen is going to try and angle towards the Guardian Greaves. Then you'll just have so many auras between the Solar Crest, the GG Boots, and Pipe. A lot of the damage output from Nemiga does get nullified.
Yeah, and they don't really have, on Nemiga, they don't have any big buffs, right? Like, besides the Solar Crest on Clinks, that's it. Interesting, the Gyro's build is different than what they do in China. Oh, this might be a Ravage.
He's thinking about it, gets off the Ravage, but it only connects onto Roger. Roger will happily die for this if he's the only casualty. And so far he is. They really want the tier 1 tower as well. Meme Hammer being channeled up. It will drop down. The Doom will come out, but it's onto a Tide who's already used his ultimate. Malrine does manage to find the LSA, but there's not going to be a further connection. Vazia eats a Mystic Flare and quite a lot of damage from 1J. They really want this Doom kill. He's on 30 HP, but Nick
Slark is here.
Will find it. And now Slark is shown. Now finds the pounce onto Lina. Sets up Nikki Cool for the double kill with the double damage. And they get the tier 1 tower to boot.
I feel like it was one of those fights in which Gyro could have done so much if he was around. Like just spamming cooldown. Using that as cooldown once to slow them down so that they can actually shoot through these big boys. Like one thing that Nemiga has got, they have the damage. Like you have the Lina for the burst, you have a lot of dots coming from Doom as well, but they're just way too big on StoRm. There's Hand of God, and on top of that you're trying to kill a Timber, you're trying to kill a Tide. These heroes aren't really gonna fall fast.
Oh well, StoRm taking that good fight, puts them 3k ahead in net worth. They still have all their tier 1 towers to boot. And the thing that scares me the most is that now, from that successful fight, Slark is slowly but surely starting to recover a little bit. Very, very scary to have a Fishman actually have a game in a situation like this where the enemy doesn't have that much lockdown.
Yeah, and he's got a Midas as well to work with. He didn't go for anything super early oriented, so Clinks, he should fall here.
Definitely dead. Bye-bye, Hellscream. Nicky cool now. He might not have gotten the net worth he wanted from the laning phase, but he's still at the moment top of the charts. One of the strongest heroes on the entire map, feeling very good about himself.
Yeah, he got handled in the lane, I would say. Even Roger being handled as well.
Here, looks that way. Chakram on top of him with the damage. More than enough. They actually even brought in the Slark here. He really wanted to try and find this kill onto Malrine, but instead he might give one up. He eats a full combo from this Laguna Blade, but it's not going to be enough to kill him. Shadow Dance comes in clutch, bails him out of trouble, and he just skirts his way back in the jungle to farm.
Yeah, he's even joining these fights with the Midas. If that pounce connected on the Lina, she might even die. They might even have enough time to follow up and get on top of her. But at that engagement, I think if you're Slark, you're just happy you didn't die in the end. Like, that Laguna Blade hurt.
A lot of damage from Lina. She is still that hero. 4K gold lead right now for StoRm. They've only lost 2 heroes in terms of deaths. Not really bothered as this mid game is continuing.
No.
Question is though, Liz, do they feel comfortable just keeping the status quo, just farming up on the Slark, keeping the map as it is?
I feel like if you're StoRm, you're not really keeping status quo. You're making a lot of good moves. You're 4K ahead. Like, you should be happy with the state of the game. Meanwhile, on the other side, I feel that I'm not sure what the case is, but this is probably the lowest farm gyro I've seen in a while. At this point in the game, that is. I just expect more. Maybe the stacks were in there or something like that, but yeah, the farming speed just isn't there.
I think it's exactly that. You were mentioning in the draft just how easy it is for him to take the stacks with nobody else vying for them in the game. We'll talk about it in a second because right
Oh, the Doom as well.
Nicky Cool gets killed. They even drop the Doom for good measure. And Violent gets that kill, ending a mega kill streak. Yeah, sure, his team hasn't been able to make that many stacks for him, but you know, if a very farmed enemy hero comes by, he'll take that as well. Speaking of farmed enemy heroes, in the mid lane is this Lina all by her lonesome. Malrine too far from the team and gets killed off, even tipped by the enemy lineup.
What happened? He just traveled in? Oh no, he actually just moved in. Yeah, just gets instant punished, and now there's a smoke. With this smoke, they can ward up the triangle, perhaps block it.
This is so lucky from the Clinks. He walks past Slark just in time to pop the smoke. If that didn't happen, maybe they reach the gyrocopter, but it does. So Gyro will stay alive, but the tier 1 tower, not so lucky.
I just love the way StoRm is playing, actually. They're playing in a really cool way. Slark is always close enough to join them. They have this Midas anyway on him, so he's not really losing farm.
Oh my god. Did you see how much damage Nicky Cool did to Roger? Holy smokes. Almost solo killed him there.
Yeah. Can they fight here, though? They have Ravage.
They do indeed. They're dropping the meme hammer. It will connect onto Violence. He's going to lose a lot of HP from this one. They use the Chin Hand of God to make sure that 1J does not die. Laguna Blade will be committed. Ravage just gets thrown out but hits absolutely nobody. But they might still kill off Violence. They're dodging all of the Lina spells. Kate goes directly on the gyro and is able to kill him off. Violence cannot fight any longer. They zone away Roger with the Mystic Flare, so he can't close the gap onto the Slark. Malrine desperately chasing. He wants to find something out of this. The Dragon Slave connects onto 1J, and they do manage to kill off the Skyrat Mage.
Nice blocks.
Blocking all the angles of escape away from the Slark so they can kill him off. And looks like StoRm bit off a bit more than they could chew in that one as they lose the fight 3-1.
Yeah, really nicely done by Radiant. Like, it looked grim at the beginning. Like, the Ravage missed pretty much everyone, but Slark managed to kill off Gyro on his own. However, the LSAs, the Lina, she just did so much damn work in that whole fight. In the end, Clink's blocking the Slark and Doom TPing from bottom to the tier 2 just to catch him with Hurricane that he ate. Really nicely done.
Phenomenal fight coming in from the side of Nemiga. will help them get back on track for the game. It puts Doom as the most farmed hero on the map. Can start building towards his BKB. It also meant that Gyrocopter, yes, he ended up dying in the fight, but the fact that his team is able to clean up, it still buys him time to finish off the Ags. But it will not help if his team is dying elsewhere as they jump and kill Vazia.
They can go more. Like, Slark is wrapping from behind.
Slark does indeed come in. They really want Malrine here. There was a very nice LSA. It's gonna buy some time. Well, at least for Lina, not for Hellscream. His Clinks is definitely dead here. Malrine chilling on the high ground, having a little bit of security here. He won't die, but they definitely end up losing the tier 2 and a bit more map control.
Yeah, Roger is one of the best positioning supports, but in this game with Elder Titan, I haven't seen him be in the right position before the fight even happens. You know, he gets there on time and afterwards, like, he uses his stuns, but he wasn't covering, let's say, this Doom down bottom. Then again, it's understandable because what he's trying to do is he's covering Gyro most of the time. He's standing behind him, so if anything happens, he can follow up with the Echo Stomp.
Speaking of the Echo Stomp, he's going to try to utilize it with Malrine as they smoke up together.
Yeah.
Looking for someone to bring down. Malrine is actually queuing the E-Blade here. Okay, no, he changed his mind. Aw, Sag.
He might still get it. Like, he might still get it after the Force Staff. I think he just gets the Force Staff because of the Slark, to be able to get away from him. But E-Blade is still a pretty good item on Lina. Kaya has been completed already.
I'm gonna go into the Roshan pit. Death Pact to eat away the Centaur. So StoRm have some awareness of where Nemiga is playing. They will scan that out as well, and then it hits flush. But look at this, Liz. They're not just coming to contest this fight. They've just gotten a Blink Dagger for the Tidehunter.
Oh, it's perfect.
Arriving off the courier right now. But the Roche is dying.
It's too slow. It's too slow. I don't think they kill him on time. I think Ravage will happen. They just have to commit.
Can make it. Roshan is at 1,000. Can they get Dominic going forward? He finds the Ravage. It hits onto 4 heroes. That'll enable them to win the fight. But Violence is able to snatch away the Aegis at the very least. Doom is the first one dead. Life number 1 taken away from the Gyrocopter. Malrine really wants to run, really trying to escape away from the Slark and the boys. But Slark and them turn their attention back towards the other edge of the fight. They kill Malrine. They really wanted Violent, but
that Echo Stomp.
Their faces. With the Echo Stomp being thrown in by Roger, and he TP's out as well. He definitely saved that fight, but they still end up losing overall, and no Aegis to show for it.
Oh, come on, man. If you take everything in account, how that fight started with Timber and Ravage on 4, if you're Nemiga, you should, I don't know, praise whatever holy entity made that happen.
Vazia, if Vazia dies here, it's a dieback. That can't happen. He needs to stay alive.
Yeah, he doomed the Slark. They can't really continue chasing him anymore. Yeah, overall, it wasn't a great fight. They still did lose both Doom and Lina. Doom bought back, but it could have been worse.
Yeah, definitely. Much, much worse. Given how good the Ravage was initially. I mean, Violent was... If that fight happens like 2 seconds beforehand, Violent doesn't even get the Aegis, and he just dies heads up the first time.
Yeah. Then it would have been just game over even. It would feel that way, right? Like if you're Radiant, it would feel like game over. It wouldn't be, but it would be very demoralizing. Yeah. One good thing, at least for Nemiga, even though they did get clipped by Ravage, 4 of them, they were kind of on different like points in the circle of Ravage, right? Like on a completely opposite side. So like StoRm couldn't clump up and just kill him off with 1 AoE.
Despite not having Ravage though, StoRm is gonna go find these kills as they smoke up right now. They did just finish off a full Hex for the Timbersaw, but he's not with his team at the moment. Let's see what they can find at this engagement. Slark leading the charge right now. Really wants to wrap on over to where the Gyro is. And
he's so low.
So low in HP. Gyro's gonna die from this, Liz. He throws out the call down. He really wants to escape. He's trying to stay alive in the trees, and he TP's out. The second pounce shot wasn't ready just yet. He somehow survives.
Lina?
Malrine, though, might not be so lucky. As the pounce comes back, Slark utilizes it on the Lina. So no matter what, a core hero will die. It was either Gyro or Lina, and today Malrine draws the short straw.
How did he end up in such a bad position there? I guess it was just he was just trying to rescue the Gyro, perhaps help him out a little bit, and because of that he put himself in harm's way. Malrine now
Done just yet, Liz. Look who they scouted. They scouted Vazia. They know where he's at.
Yeah, Slark is on a hunt.
They find him. This is a dieback, remember. If he goes in the
Doom and TP, maybe.
Quite a long time. He's thinking about a Doom TP, but it's too late now. The Hex is out. Mystic Flare is there. Nicky Cool kills him. 70 seconds in the grave without buyback for the Doom.
Yeah, that for a long time, but I don't think they can get too much out of it. Maybe another fight. However, pushing high ground into Lina and Gyro, it just isn't easy at this point. But damn, Slark he's completely online. He's just hunting them down. I expected the game to go like this, but in Nemiga's favor at this point, and then maybe Slark comes online a little bit later, but StoRm have just outplayed them across the map.
All looking hella clean. Yesterday we got to see against Sibe the Nemiga that everyone was fearing coming into these qualifiers, but StoRm showing that their victory yesterday was not a fluke. They had no pushovers. Still playing very, very well. Like you said, Slock's online, Tide's online, Timber's online.
Smoke up, Lina is in. Instantly broken smoke by Soneko. And I feel like this game, by the way, it can be attributed to Soneko a lot, because you can see the way they're moving the map. It's next level. And getting all these pick-offs in the right places, getting into Rosh Pit on time. There's a couple of Eastern European captains that just make your team run faster. Like, no matter what players they get in, they just make them better. Soneko is one of those.
Amanda's out here way back when. Most of us only started hearing his name when he was tasked with a heavy job on Navi to somehow be a young puppy replacement, but he's been growing into that role over the years. Very good captain.
Whenever I see Soneko, I remember that hangover meme with hosts just pressing one button and Soneko like playing Winter Wyvern, thinking like some 4D chess, like.
It's gonna be a big ravage. Dominic finds 3. Vazia is able to get off the BKB. They don't kill him off just yet. And StoRm, they're gonna fake back, but Nicky is in the vicinity. I'm not so sure Nemiga want the smoke. Soneko doesn't even die from the Laguna combo. Chen all heal, Mech gets popped, he is A-okay. And now Nemiga needs to think about running here. Violent doesn't have a BKB just yet. He cannot fight as the gyrocopter right now. He's thinking about it though, taking a lot of damage, and there's the Hex from Nicky. Mystic Flare dropped down as well. The Slog jumping in, finishing off the gyrocopter. He is dead without buyback. And Lizard, why was he there without the BKB?
I'm literally thinking the same thing. Why? Like, both of these teams, they have proven to one another that they cannot win a fight and kill off. They just don't have enough what it takes, right? The Ravage connected on multiple heroes, nothing happened. The LSA was just as good as Ravage. Still nothing happened because there was way too many heals. Why put the Gyro in front in so much danger, violence? Yeah, I really don't know.
They got Malrine. How did they? Oh, okay, he has shot.
Dead in the water.
They canceled the TP, but he has dead in the water, yeah. Oh, God. From bad to worse, Liz, you lose your Gyro, you lose Malrine, and you might lose Hell Scream here. The dust will trigger onto the Clinks. Nicky Cool has Hex coming up in a second. Timber Chain Hex. They're going the wrong direction, though. Hell Scream has juked them out.
Ease clap. And stays here, but Slark is on Doom. Can he kill him off? There's a BKB forced.
He didn't get this BKB that long ago, and it's already down to 7 seconds. Okay.
Yeah, just full control of the map by StoRm. Like Nemiga, 28 minutes in, 14k behind. They're already afraid to leave the map, to leave the high ground properly.
StoRm just controlling absolutely everything right now. The Slug very, very, very farmed at the moment. One of the biggest heroes in the map. Not very far away at this moment in time. Wait, when is the next Aegis coming up? 15 seconds. They can probably just get the next Aegis. From there, the game feels fairly easy to finish off. Does he actually need this Lincoln Sphere on this lock? Or should he turn this ultimate orb into a Skadi?
I feel like Skadi would be just as good, but maybe you're afraid of the Doom. If you get Doomed, LSA'd, maybe you can die there. So getting that Lincoln's perhaps a little bit safer. But I know you'd like Skadi more. I can feel it in your voice. I'd like it as well, but better safe than sorry. They're already in a really good spot. Like, the thing is, like, he's already doing enough in fights. Just make sure he doesn't die and he's golden.
Well, he already bought the recipe. His courier is camped out by the secret shop, waiting to finish the cornucopia, so he has Lincolns. Nemiga, though, they're smoked up as 4. Unfortunately for them, they're not able to find anything on the map. On the bright side, though, this time they do have BKB on Gyrocopter, so this fight can go well for them.
Dude, Lina. Lina.
Malrine? Why is Malrine so far from his team again?
I think he went in to buy something.
Oh, no.
I don't figure... Yeah, he bought a point booster, I guess. I don't even know.
Oh, no.
And he moved into the secret shop just as Slark was buying the Lincolns.
Well, that's a dead Lina. That ends the rotation potentially from Nemiga. And this sets them up from StoRm to go for the Roshan. They are going to be able to scout this. They sent a Dark Troll Summoner into the pit. Once they see it, it's going to be all directions towards the big man and getting a free Aegis and a cheese this time around.
So if you buy a gem and you give it to Slark, every ward that he kills, you get the gold, right? It's the best investment you can make as a support. Just buy the gem instantly, give it to him.
So here you go, Slark, do the right thing.
Go the ward, boy. Do some work. Work for me.
Put the fishy to work. Right now he's working a Roshan, and it's their turn on the side of StoRm to be in the Roshan pit whilst Nemiga approaches. But Nemiga, they don't have some big Ravage that turns the fight. That being said, this is not the fastest Rosh in the world, so they might get there in time. Nah, it's too fast. They'll be too late.
Oh, they're close enough. Come on, have faith. The only question is, what do they do after? Like, can they actually fight?
They really would have liked to fight, but under these conditions, it's hard to. Slark actually going to reach for the fight himself. Will get caught with the LSA.
Nice, Doom.
Comes out onto Time Hunter, preventing any Ravage, but it might not save Vazia's life. He still might die at the edge of the engagement. Slark inside the Shadow Dance, falling somewhat low. Has to get away from this Gyrocopter. But Gyro finally able to dish out the damage, and they take away Slark's first life. What can they do on life 2? He's so low on HP, but they gave him a cheese. He eats it up whilst Dominic lays out the Ravage from the high ground. It catches on to 3. It allows Slark to kill ET while the team finishes off the Doom. And now it isolates the Gyrocopter. 3 have fallen. Everybody else has to retreat. Only one of them has buyback. And StoRm in a commanding position yet again in game 1.
Yeah, it looked so good for Nemiga. Not a lot of players, not a lot of captains would be able to tell them to fall back over their mid lane. Clinks, he might just fall. There's a gem this time around on Timber and a Blink Hex gem. You're not getting away. But Lina on top, she's being chased. Can he catch her?
He only has 1 pounce. 1 pounce inhibit. I don't think he's got... Does he got this? Dark Pact? He's gonna chase. Pounce coming back in a couple of seconds, but it's a few seconds too many.
Asserting dominance, that's all.
Yes, sir. Well, Roger, I don't think he'll be as lucky though. He can very easily die here. Vazia needs to bail him out of trouble, but Vazia might be in that same trouble himself. Fortunately for him, Nikki doesn't have the Hex ready to go right then and there. So the Doombringer will live.
I have to
leave, actually.
I have to say I'm a big fan of Anchor, like the Dead in the Water. Big fan of how it looks, at least, you know, just some stupid anchor connected to you.
I think my favorite part about it It's just how it always feels like it's just out of nowhere. You're just like, what the hell? This random anchors now here. The first time I got hit by it, I honestly thought it was like some Tidehunter cosmetic before I remembered the change. I was like, oh, okay.
You thought it was some Gush cosmetic. Like, I see. Anchor smash. They are smoked.
Having the last fight of the game here. This feels like one of those fights that if you lose, you GG out as Nemiga.
But what the hell?
They're looking for Vazia. They don't catch him with any of their spells just yet. In fact, Nikki finds the Hex first onto Vazia. Tidehunter still alive for Dominic. Doesn't have Ravage for another 15 seconds. BKBs have been used by Vazia.
No, they just
holding on to it for the gyro though.
That was some sort of a misclick, but let's see. They have Ravage now. 3 seconds.
Cool though. Jumps onto Roger, immediately kills him off. He does have buyback, so he needs to come back into the game. Violence has now gone into the BKB. They need to run Lizard. They have Ravage online. Roger, he's revealed himself with the Echo Stomp. He might get brought down here. They get the anchor out onto the gyrocopter. He's the more important target. And Nicky Cool gets a double because of it. Vazia running north to try and create space and time. Gets Hex for his efforts by Nicky. Caught up to by the Slog. And brought down by the Timbersaw, granting him a triple kill for this fight. Beyond godlike for sure.
I really feel next game you're banning out this Timber. Take GG out. They just realized no way of winning this game anymore. It was kinda meant to happen. Oof, I'm not sure what happened to that last fight, but Radiant did not initiate properly. Their